Steph. Welcome back to my channel. So I am hanging out on the floor this afternoon and I've decided to make a video and sort through some records with you. And so it's the usual process. I'm going through a small batch, maybe about 15 to 20 records, and deciding which ones I'm going to part with. Most of them I've been keeping, but it's been a kind of a easy process to take a little small batch at a time. And then I record them on a spreadsheet so I have a catalog of what I do have. And that way there's no mystery of when I'm looking for something, knowing whether I still have it or not, or what I got rid of. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So disclaimer, if you hear a really weird noise in the background, I think it's my ice maker trying to make ice, but I'm thinking about naming my fridge something like Mona or something because it makes really weird noises in the background. And so if you hear that, that's what it is. Sometimes I try and drown it out with background music, but it doesn't really help. So yeah, I guess I'll have to come up with a name for my fridge, and as long as I'm filming here in my home, you're gonna be hearing Mona moan in the background. Anyways, I do love ice, so it'll be okay. So this first one is Suburban Lawns, and this is like, I can't rant and rave enough about how much I love this album. This is from the early 80s, and they were kind of a pretty progressive new wave band. They kind of have like a pretty kind of punk rock aesthetic to them. There's a YouTuber that did a really cool feature on the Suburban Lawns, and Sue Tissue right here. I don't know his name right off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the description box below. But he did a really great job, and he really does deep dives into these kind of obscure bands. But I love this album. Definitely keeping this. This is from 1981, and yes, check out that band if you haven't heard of it and you're into that. These next two are albums from Kid Creole and the Coconuts, and I bought this at a record store called Atomic Records in Burbank, California, along with this other one. And I know one of these skips, so I need to listen to them and figure out which one of them skips, and then I'll get rid of whichever one is skipping. But I really do like Kid Creole and the Coconuts. I think that his style, his band, his music is very unique, and so I will keep the album that is the good album. This one is Kid Creole and the Coconuts, Wise Guy, and that last one was called Doppelganger. So these are maybes, and I'll take a listen to them. This next one is kind of thrash, but it kind of has a cool backstory. So I'm not a big fan of live albums, but this one's pretty neat. This is California Jam. And this was a live concert that was from or in Ontario, California, at the Ontario Speedway. So if you're not familiar with California, it's Southern California. 1978. I did a little bit of research. There's some really killer bands on here. Let's take a look at the bands. Let's open this gatefold here and show ya. But yeah, there's Ted Nugent, of course, there. He's kind of hard to miss. And Hart was there, Dave Mason. Let's see, what else? Santana played, Aerosmith, and a bunch of others that I was reading about here that are not featured on here. Let's see here. Basically, this one has Santana, Dave Mason, Hart, Ted Nugent, Aerosmith, Frank Marino, Mahogany, Rush, and Johnny B. Good is on here, and Rubicon. But there were a bunch of other bands that played here. What I learned here was there was over 300,000 people that attended, and that tickets in advance were $12.50 and $17 at the gate. So I'm gonna keep this just for nostalgia or nostalgic purposes because it seems pretty cool. This next one I'm going to keep. This is a near mint copy of Robert Plant, The Principle of Moments, and the big hit song here was In the Mood, and it's just a great song, so I'm going to keep that one. Let's see, let's find one that I am not going to keep, and that would be this MC Hammer single that was owned by Lyle. And it's the 12-inch of Have You Seen Her, and you know, it's kind of an okay R&B song from 1990, Capitol Records, but I don't listen to this, and I'm not probably going to play it at home or out anywhere, so that one is going to go. Another album that I am on the fence about keeping is this Pete Fountain's New Orleans record. I believe that's a clarinet. It's a really cool, beautiful looking cover. I do like the music, but am I going to listen to it or play it ever? Probably not. So I think I'm just gonna part with that, although I do appreciate it. Blondie, Eat to the Beat. Of course I'm keeping this. This is one of my favorites. This one has the hardest part on it. Union City Blue is on there. Die Young, Stay Pretty is a great kind of a reggae sounding song. Atomic's on here. Eat to the Beat, just great, keeping it. This Wall of Voodoo is probably the most popular Wall of Voodoo album out there, called The West, featuring Stan Ridgway and Mark Moreland, Chaz T. Gray, and Joe Manini. Hopefully I said that right. And this one features Mexican radio. There's another great song on here called Spy World. And let's see, what is another one that I really like? Oh, I don't know. I would have to listen to it. Oh, Call of the West. That's a good one. This is an IRS release. Love Wall of Voodoo. And so this one I'm not sure about keeping. This is a really great album, an Ace album. And this features Paul Carrick. And the song on here was How Long. It's kind of like a yacht rock, pop rock anthem song. How long has this been going on? So yeah, I mean, it's a great song. I might play it out in an event. I would play it at home. So just kind of, maybe that's the maybe pile, but I should probably get rid of it. This one here is some piano music from George Winston, Winter into Spring, and I'm not going to keep this. I don't listen to it, not that I don't appreciate it, and I know I get a kind of a bad rap for getting rid of classic albums like this, and people make comments that I'm not, you know, my musical palette is not varied enough, but whatever. Okay, Doobie Brothers, and this is a great classic here. What are the big songs here? Minute by Minute, What a Fool Believes. This is a classic by the Doobie Brothers featuring, this is the Doobie Brothers with Michael McDonald, keeping this one. This one's a new record, The Best of the Runaways, featuring Joan Jett, Sandy West, Jackie Fox, Cherry Curry, and Lita Ford. Keeping this. This one, I'm not sure about. I will have to maybe listen to it again, but I'm thinking just about getting rid of it. It's called Big Pig. They're an Australian band from the 80s, and I think I looked them up a little bit. Like, I heard what was supposed to be their big hit was called Breakaway in 1988. And I vaguely remember hearing that song, but they have this female vocalist, and you know, their sound is pretty unique. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. I'm not sure if this album is rare or not. Just kind of on the fence about it. So let me know if you know anything about that, but so far that's the maybe to go. This one is the Dream Syndicate, Out of the Gray. And so I don't remember listening to this at all, but I know I don't want to get rid of it. So this is 1986 Big Time Records. I'm going to keep this one and listen to it. My boy Lloyd Cole, I love him. This is Lloyd Cole and the Commotions. This is the single of Lost Weekend, and I can't rave about him enough. It's 1985 Polydor, keeping this. I had talked about Paul Carrick and Ace, and this is Suburban Voodoo, and this was produced by Nick Lowe, and it also features James Eller, who was bassist, and he was in and The Pretenders, and gosh, who else? He played with Billy Bragg, and so many like famous, cool alternative bands. And this one, I Need You is the first song that I heard off of this album, and I haven't really listened to the entire album, to be honest, but this is a 1982 release, so I'm gonna keep this one. This one is really super cool. This is Fashion Music, Product Perfect. And so this band, Fashion Music, I don't really know too much about them. This was an IRS release, but this is like a promo copy, and it's bizarre. Like it's really good. Like it's just kind of, you know, punk rock, new wave stuff, and yeah, it's just kind of out there, and it's like the genre of music I really kind of enjoy. 999 Concrete. This one isn't as good as High Energy Plan in my opinion, but I do like 999, so I'm gonna keep this one. And probably, oh gosh, I'm on the fence with this one. I'll probably keep this one. This is Maxi Priest, Close to You, and it's got like different versions of the song, but I really just, every time I hear this on the radio, I love it. So it's like sentimental, and I just, you know, R&B, Maxi Priest, really great artist, 1990. So I think I'm gonna keep this one. And wow, that's all of them. That's all that I have for today. I know I have more. I know I still have more in my storage unit. We're getting kind of close to going through the entire collection. And then at some point at the end, I'm just gonna show you all the ones that I'm getting rid of. I know I've promised a few to my bud Catherine. I'm gonna send her some records, but I just kind of want to go through everything and, you know, then just kind of do a report. And then after I go through the entire collection, get them all on a spreadsheet, then I will go through this process of, you know, alphabetizing them. And then the whole collection the whole circle will be complete, and I'll have my whole collection cataloged and alphabetized, and it'll all be groovy. So anywho, next video will probably be showing you some of my CDs. I also have a bunch of 45s I'm gonna start going through and showing you, but that is for another video. So until then, you guys all have a great rest of the weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.